morning, you creative visionary, and welcome to Financially Empowered. Financially Empowered. So, in this video, I'd like to talk about the 5 stages of grief and how these Trump tariffs and how these actions, Trump tariffs, affecting the stock market, are affecting you with your money story. Okay. So, nobody likes to lose money. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to lose an election. Nobody likes to lose anything. Nobody likes to lose a relationship. Nobody likes to lose their health. Nobody likes to lose, but especially money. Nobody likes to lose money. There is a lot of grief associated with loss. Over the past week or so, the stock market has tanked. This is a technical term used by traders on Wall Street. So the stock market has tanked, approximately, I would say, $10 trillion. Can you imagine how many zeros that is? Zeros. That is. So you can understand the fear that is in the stock market. You can understand the fear that humanity is under or that humanity is going through. People go to palm readers, tarot card readers, crystal ball readers, shamans, mystics, their pastors, their rabbis, everyone to get advice. When I really need solid advice about humanity, I just go and look at a chart. If you see a huge red bar, it means humanity is in fear, and there is going to be follow through of that fear based on the Fibonacci sequence. There is going to be a lot of follow through based on the Fibonacci sequence. If you see, especially if that red bar is starting the move, like we saw last week Friday. So what happened today was that the stock market gapped down to an area of support and then started trending up. But usually when it fills that gap, it has to come back down. Because when you look at the SPY, on a monthly basis, we have not hit an area of support. So there's more downward movement coming. It's coming. So there is going to be so much grief on this planet. Not just in the US stock market, not just in Asian stock markets, not just in African or European stock markets, on the planet. Why? Because the stock market is God. All the major industries are listed on the stock market. Job losses. If companies are not doing well in the markets, how are they hiring? They don't have money to hire. There's going to be hiring freezes. So Mr. Trump, with all his brilliance, has created quite a conundrum. But how are you going to react, or how are you going to respond to this? You can either react with freeze. Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. Fight, which is now the protests that are happening around in the US. Or flee, which is, I just want to put my head in the sand and eat worms. I just don't want to look at my because these 401ks, these are IRAs, retirement funds. They are tied to the stock market. So if the stock market is crashing, all the people, they were like, I'm so rich because I invested and I'm getting dividends. If this market breaks the 200-day moving average on the monthly chart, we are going down. You're going to see your retirement income in slash half or something like this. retirement planning. Yes. What if this is the next Great Recession, like in 1930? We haven't had one for a while. What if this becomes the 1930 Great Recession? What now? But I saved. I worked really hard and I saved. I saved my hard-earned money, and now the stock market is going down. What am I supposed to do? That's a great question. The thing is, first you need to address your grief. You are going to grieve the loss of money. First is the shock. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Now I need to find a villain on the outside. Trump and his tariffs. This is how the mind works. This is the psychology of money, right? So first is the freeze. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God. Now then you need to fight. I am going to protest and I am going to stand up and I'm going to do media and I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to fight. And then after that, you're going to have to go to flight, which is when you just go damn depressed. And I've never seen anybody go through a grief experience without fully going through that grief, like finishing that grief experience and come out on the other side. If you don't finish your grief experience, you're not going to come out on the other side and be strong. You've got to go through it. And the stages of grief are the shock, freeze, and then there's the denial, and then there's the anger, which is what we are seeing in the US right now with all of the protests and the boycotts. Have you seen they're burning down Tesla cars? It's the anger. We're going to stay in this anger state for a long time because anger is addictive. Anger is a drug. It's addictive. When you start spiraling in anger, it gets very addictive. How do you think I know this? Because I've watched it myself. And then I've had to work through it through mindfulness. I'm like, it doesn't empower me to be this angry because still my life is messed up. So I need to fix my life and stop being so damn angry. But you can't actually fix whatever you need to fix until you actually understand why you are angry. When you understand why you are angry, then you become empowered to not make the same choices again. But I didn't make the choice. I did not make the choice. Trump made these choices for me. Okay, but like I regret that I didn't call my financial planner. I regret that I didn't call my broker and get me out of these stocks. And I didn't call my financial advisor to ask him, how is this Trump being elected and winning the presidency going to affect my 401k and my retirement? How are the Trump tariffs going to affect the stock market? I didn't take responsibility to call my financial advisor and ask him about these things. This is the mind of human. The regret is going to be tied into this anger stage of grief. The rage, the self-blame, the suicides. They're going to be here in this stage of grief. After anger, we go into bargaining. Please, please. And then this in the bargaining stage, this is when we go to a deity outside of ourselves. Please, God, please, God, please let the stock market not fall anymore. Please, God, please, God. Oh, deity, Buddha, Buddha, Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, or something. We are bargaining. Grief is quite something. I just lived through grief and I'm like, grief will make you seem like a crazy person. But when you come out of that grief experience, you're like, wow, that was quite something. Everyone is going through the grief stage. Whether you lost someone through COVID and you didn't understand how to grieve and you were never taught how to grieve and you're still holding on to the grief of COVID, lost a job during COVID, lost a whole lot of money in your business during COVID because of COVID, and now we have the stock market collapsing and the financial tariffs and the trade wars. How much can humanity take? Now we're going to start bargaining. A lot of people are going to start bargaining. A lot of people are going to join cults because you're not going to understand where to go from now. Like, I mean, we just come out of COVID. It's only been 5 years. Five is the number of change. COVID started around this time, end of March, April. Have you noticed that? We're 5 years in. During the start of COVID, I was living in Japan. During the start of the biggest collapse of the stock market that is coming, I speak my word. It is a law. Because I saw this 8 years ago, 10 years ago. And I started speaking about it and I started writing about it. I was actually thinking of going back and looking at my courses, stock market courses that I was teaching literally 14 years ago. I was speaking about these sorts of things. Then 10 years ago, after I started taking ayahuasca, I was specifically telling my stock market students that we are going to have the biggest crash. And people thought I was crazy. They stopped subscribing to my newsletter because they're like, oh, she's crazy. Now it's happening. It's happening. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.